Yo, what's up? Word Wrestling Live. This week is like Women on the Mat week, and it's Brewton Parker week, I guess, because we have our third Brewton Parker lady, right? Yeah, third.
Yes.
And we've got one more tomorrow coming on. She is Gabriela Galvez from Georgia. She was a Georgia State placer. When we'll talk about it, she also played soccer and some other sports. She's now a Brewton Parker freshman. She's going to be in the starting lineup, right? You won the wrestle off.
Yes, indeed.
So dope, man. So what's happening? Welcome. Thanks for coming on. Brewton Parker, Lady Barons. What's up?
Thank you for having me. Well, right now I'm just like doing well. Wrestling practice, we have it today at 4, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. So, excuse me, man, all these interviews, I got to clear my throat. It's terrible. My wife will be hitting me up like, yo, you sound terrible when you do that. It's awful. I can't even believe it. And I'm like, what? I just had to clear my throat. Lady, chill. But, man, so, what has this, what has 2020 been like for you?
It's been crazy, honestly. Once we got out of school from high school, for me, my senior year, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Like I know I have good grades, I know I can apply to colleges, I know I can get scholarships and stuff. And I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like I didn't know what college I wanted to go to. Like I hadn't had anything planned. Like I did have in mind a college, but then I was like, that's too expensive, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like it's already like almost summer and I still haven't applied to college. And the next thing you know, I literally just attended like one of our practices, and we got a new coach for our high school. And he was like, you want to wrestle like through college? And I was like, actually, that'd be a pretty good idea,
Yeah.
I was like, actually, yes, like, let me do it. So he contacted our coach, I believe, or the coach contacted him. And then he was like, hey, I have a girl. And I was like, yo, like, I can actually wrestle. Like, are you for real? I can actually do like a sport, something that I actually like. So
And education.
yes. And yeah. And then also, as you know, like Brewton Parker is like a private Christian school. So I was like, oh my goodness, like, I don't know, like I haven't been close to God as I should be. So coming here, like it made me feel closer to him. One, because I have like one of my sweet mates. You can come in.
Welcome.
No, we haven't tried it. Sorry. So like, yeah, I have a friend. She's really religious too, and we have the same religion. So like we get along very well, and like when we talk about God or like the things we have to go through, like I feel like a connection with God too and with her. So it's like it just brought me closer to him.
Well, that's awesome. That can't be a bad thing, right?
No, and as far as like the classes go here, it's really fun because like even though like the classrooms are small, what happens is like you're closer to your teachers. Like there's like right now because of COVID, there's only like 6 to 7 people allowed in a classroom.
Oh wow.
So it makes it easier for us to talk to our teachers and to get
Yeah, if you
closer.
have questions, issues, you can get some.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's easier to talk to them. Otherwise, like if you go to like a public school, like a community college, it's more difficult because you have so many people.
Yeah, and now kind of leading up to wrestling, were you able to do any off-season activities or did?
Yes.
I know Georgia's been a little more open than most states, but
yes. Actually, I attended this club. It's called 706 Wrestling, and actually, I love going there. Coach Chris, he's really nice and sweet, and like he helps you out with everything and anything. And then like he also has kids who like if they want to show up at whatever time they need to, he always tells them like I'm here, like I'll like get there whenever you want me to. Like he gives up his time for us wrestling kids. So nice. I really appreciated that from him because like me and my wrestling teammate from high school, she was my partner all the time. And of course she was better because she had been doing it like I think 2 years for her, 2 to 3 years. But me, I was just like I barely started for a year, you know. So it was difficult. So you know what? She told me like, you want to go to these clubs, and I was like, oh, definitely. And we'd be going to camps. And actually, one of the camps, I think we also went to Roundtree Wrestling.
Oh, nice.
hmm And Coach Tim, the men's head coach for Brewton Parker, and Coach Dodgens were there. And honestly, I didn't even know who my coach was. Like, I had never even
Hey, Tim's a cool dude.
yes, he is.
Yeah, I had him on the
So
show.
apparently, I showed up there and they were both there. I didn't know like Coach Dodgens was there. Like, he was my coach. I was just there. I was like, what? And you know, apparently, like when I finally like got to see him, Coach Dodgen told me the story, like that he was telling Coach Tim, "Hey, isn't that one of my girls that I signed?" Like, he saw me there, but he just didn't know that it was me, and I didn't know that it was him. So we were just like,
Man, that's awesome.
yeah,
Hey, what year in high school? Like, when did you find wrestling?
senior year.
Really?
Yes, senior year.
And how did you get so good so quickly? Was it being an athlete already? I know you were a multi-sport athlete already, or did you just like put your nose to the ground and grind?
It was the second one because after, okay, don't get me wrong, every sport has like some kind of difficulty, but this sport required so much more. Like, not only like the running, not only the strength, but it was just all of it combined. And you had to do this for 6 minutes. I mean, and you get like a short break in between, but it's just like it's not that big of a break, you know.
Yeah.
So
Now you were a soccer player, right? Or you are a
yeah,
soccer
I was,
player.
yeah.
Now in soccer, your cardio has to be pretty on point as well, right?
Yeah.
So did that help making the transition to wrestling?
Yes, it actually has, because I like that's what most people say about me, like my wrestling style, because I'm so fast and small. Like, I can get people real quick. But then again, if I'm gonna go against other one-on-one weight people, like I'm gonna be like it's gonna be the same, you know. Like, I need to get better.
Sure.
hmm
Well, good for you. I mean, it goes to show anybody out there listening. I mean, this young lady found wrestling her senior year and it took her to college. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, what do you think would have happened if you didn't find this sport your senior year?
Ooh, I would honestly would have probably just attended my community college, and I just, you know, would have just studied whatever I wanted to. Which right now I'm studying. I'm getting my degree for biology, but like over there, I don't know. It just, I think I've always like loved to have some kind of sport involved in my life, because all throughout my life it used to be soccer, like from sixth grade to my senior year, and then it was cross country too, and then it was band, and then now like it's wrestling. And I couldn't have thought my life to be without a sport, you know.
Yeah.
And this sport, I think I actually fell in love with it because of the aggressiveness, and like, I don't know, I just get excited when I get on the mat. Like, before I'm nervous. Of course I get nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do? What kind of moves am I gonna use? You know, in my head. But then when you're out there, it's like your mind is clear, and all you have is like, you just go for it.
That's awesome. And yeah, and wow. I mean, to little girls out there right now that are in sport and passionate about sport and have never stepped foot in a wrestling room, or even boys out there that are saying, "Oh, it's too late for me." What would you say to them?
It's never too late. I mean, I'm a girl who found wrestling in her senior year, but was able to like place for a fifth. I was a fifth placer for Georgia State wrestling. I mean, that's actually, I'm not I'm not trying to brag, but like that's actually pretty impressive.
And it's a sanctioned state.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
I
it's
was
not just anybody. These girls are sanctioned in Georgia for
yeah.
the last 2 years. So
So I think all you have to do is just put effort in it. like you have to encourage yourself. Like wrestling can be a mind game. Like you're always like, it's too much. Like I can't handle it. Like it's too hard. But eventually you'll get to the point where it's like, well, I'm doing this for something. You know, like I want to get better. I want to improve. It's just if you show that energy in your head mentally, then like you'll be able to get there.
You
It
know, I
doesn't
know.
matter what age.
What would you say, since you've been a multi-sport athlete, what would you say the camaraderie is at wrestling as compared to like the other sports you've been in?
Competitive. I say it's competitive. Everyone's really competitive around here. Like
And I
yeah.
mean, but the relationships that you're building in wrestling, did you build those type of relationships in other sports as well?
No, actually, no. I've gotten closer to these girls than I have with other, like with soccer. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I had those people like that I did talk to, but it wasn't like I got close to them or I got friendly and I told them everything like I do to these girls because we go through everything together.
Yeah, you battle together, right? I mean, you
Yes.
wrestle, you get bloody noses together, you get black eyes. Like this is legit, right?
Yes, definitely.
Nothing wrong with soccer. Soccer girls are dope.
No,
They're awesome.
definitely
All
not.
sports, but there's something about this sport that just takes your heart, right?
Yes, definitely. Like with all
Now,
these.
listen, I've never wrestled before. I've never been a wrestler. My son found wrestling 7th grade, and look at me. I fell in love with it. I'm in love with it. I love it. I love what it does for young.
I did too. I mean,
This is a perfect example. Here's a girl that played all these other sports, was probably pretty good at it, and she found this sport her senior year, and it got her to college.
yeah.
And that's the goal, right? The goal is to get to college.
Yes, it is.
And I understand, I get it. College isn't for everyone. There's some kids that go off and are very successful in what they're doing. But for the most part, this is the goal, right? Get into a sport, play that sport, and and let it take you to college to get an education, and then whatever happens after that. Now, this is your sport now, right? I mean, is there
Yeah.
still soccer? Is there still anything else involved in your life, or is this your sport?
This is, I think for now, like now is it's already my sport. Like I'm not gonna change it anymore. Like I'm sticking with it. Like I think I've changed too many sports. Well, not changed too many. I mean, I only had two, but like this is something I'm actually passionate about.
Nice.
Like everyone tells me that I actually do pretty good. Like I've been improving a lot since I've gotten here. So that tells me that I'm putting everything that I can to the sport. Like my hard work is getting me somewhere, and like seeing that improvement.
And it's got to be difficult, right? At a college level to play like, I mean, could you
Yeah.
legit play soccer and wrestling if you wanted to there? But
Actually, yeah, they have a reserve team for soccer, but
you wouldn't get better at wrestling, right? Because you want
yeah,
to stay. Yeah.
and like I'd probably just be doing both of them, but I wouldn't be giving my energy, like my full energy and like my hard work to either one. I'd just be just decent at it, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to
Look,
do
if you want to kick around the ball at lunchtime, I could do that. But my sport is wrestling.
that. Yes,
So what, you were probably like a striker or something, right? In soccer?
I was actually a defender.
Really? I
Yeah,
figure little and fast, you'd be up front.
yeah, I know, but I guess I was because I was the center defense, which is like the last one.
Ah, so you
So
had to be fast to get
before
that.
before the goalkeeper. So if anything, I'd have to like stay back and make sure that nobody gets through. But if someone did, I'd have to go to it and make sure that someone else tries to cover. But yeah,
But no longer. Now we're throwing hands.
yeah, no, yeah.
Do you think now you're a freshman now, and do you think that in the future after your education, do you think you'll still want to go to the next level and wrestle, or do you think like MMA? Do you think what would you want to do in the future?
Honestly, I would love the MMA. You can come in. I would love to do the MMA, but honestly, I've seen how like the increase in competition that there is in wrestling, like it's still growing. So you never know. Like in 4 years, it's probably gonna be like more difficult. You know,
No, but you're going to be way better.
I'm trying to,
Yeah.
trying to.
Look, there's a
That's
lot of
my goal.
people. There's a lot of girls at the UFC level now that started wrestling late and started fighting late, and then
Yes.
it became great. I mean, look, I mean, you're on your way. You obviously have what it takes to grind. So good for you.
Yeah.
Um, what who is somebody that you would say, in that's been kind of that mentor to you or that driving force, or when you needed like a pick me up or someone that said, "Hey, girl, don't quit. We got you."
Ooh, there's been quite a few. I mean, when I first started, it was like my coach, my wrestling coach, um, Coach Bar and Bart. They were like, "You're doing pretty good." And sometimes, honestly, some girls can't be like nice to you. So I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like nobody liked me because I was new. I didn't know how to wrestle. So I was like, "Oh my god! Like what am I getting myself into?" And there were times where I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I'd get annoyed because people would tell me stuff. Like I was like, I wasn't good enough or something like that. But then I had this one friend. I still talk to her. She's a high school wrestler still, um, and she's still over there. I still keep contact with her. She'd be the only one that actually would like talk to me and tell me it's okay. Like you're getting better. You can see it. You can tell. Um, Also, the coaches in high school too. Actually, when I first started wrestling, okay. So the way I found wrestling, it was just like my coach came up to me, my gym coach. He came up to me. He was like, "Come to practice." I was like, "What? Mandatory practice today at the wrestling room?" I was like, "What?" So I thought it was actually like for real, for real. So I went and showed up there, and like I was so sore. But you know the thing that he told me, he was like, "You can be a state placer." Like that's what he told me. Like that's the first thing he told me, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like you're expecting too much from me. Like you're just too
I just met you. Like,
yeah. And
this is like the first date. What are you talking about?
and then when we finally got to state, I was like, my goodness, like I can be like a state placer. And then next thing you know, like I did place in state, and I was like, dang, like he had like a lot of faith in me.
That
So
means a lot, right? I mean, and obviously you have a lot of faith in yourself because
yes,
to stick with it, and because in wrestling you don't win right away. I mean, you probably experienced that too, right? Like your
yes,
first few times you probably getting beat, but then as you start to pick it up and you get a little more confidence and you continue to go, it's really cool. So I know you spoke a little bit about how you found Brewton Parker. Um, but talk about what's college life been for you so far? I mean, how has Brewton Parker welcomed you? And then what has life been? I know you're Hispanic, right?
yes,
And I know Hispanic families. Like I told your friend, I was like, "Yo, that's a tight knit," because my
yeah.
wife and kids are Hispanic. And what's it like, being away from the family now? Now you're somebody that was never home anyways, right? But it's still family, right? I mean, what's it been like to not have them there?
It's difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. I understand some girls are actually like a bunch of states away from their family. Me, fortunately, it's only 3 hours or about 4 hours. But since you did mention I'm a Hispanic, we're always together. Like I might have not been with my family like from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but we'd always eat dinner together, and be together. And like that's really got to me because I'm like mommy's and daddy's little girl. So like I miss them so much. And like I'm really like I understand some people aren't really close to their siblings, but I am. Like I'm really close to my sister, and like we would always be together because we're the girls of the family. Like they're always like making sure that we're okay, we're taken care of. So it's really difficult being away from them, but being with these girls, it's like your home. Like they make me feel like I'm with my family too, because they're always like, Alex, the girl you interviewed before, the one that you said that looked like me,
What
she,
the hell's going on behind you?
they're they're fixing our shower.
Oh, it sounds like somebody's like gargling, and I was like,
They're fixing
"What
our
the hell's going on?" That's all right. Go ahead, Alex. I'm sorry. I was laughing because
No, you're good. I know it's really loud, but
that's all right. No problem. Who cares?
yeah. Anyway, Alex, she's Hispanic too, so like she was the first one that started talking to me and befriending me. So she was like, "Are you okay?" Like she treated me like a baby, you know. She'd be all over me, and then also like my roommate too. They're just so sweet, and also like the one friend that I have here, Hannah Costa. Like sometimes from time because she doesn't have any family here, so from time to time, like when Coach allows us to go home, I take her with me because like her family is all the way in Boston, so like she
Oh,
can't
wow.
see them at all. So she says that my family made her feel like her own family was there, you know.
Now, is she Hispanic?
Brazilian.
Oh, because I was gonna say, like, I remember growing up. I grew up in Miami, so all my friends were Hispanic, right? And I mean, I did have a couple white friends, but for the most part, they were all Hispanic, right? Growing up in Miami, and I remember the talk, like going to a friend's house, like, "Yo, my parents are Hispanic. If they offer you food, you better eat it. If they
Oh
offer
yeah,
you something,
definitely.
you
You
better take
cannot
it. Like,
refuse.
don't say no. Like, you got to do it, or else you're never gonna be allowed back in the house." So I
That's true.
remember because I remember the first time I went, I was like all shy or whatever. Like, you wouldn't think it because I'm not a shy guy, right? But like, I didn't know what to think or believe, and they're like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "No, I just ate." And my boy like, "Yo, you gotta take the food, dude. Come on."
You do have the food. They get offended if you don't take their food.
Yeah, so I learned quick. As you can see now, I don't lack any food problems. But but yeah, it's the same, right? When you bring friends home, are you like driving? You're like, yo, listen, you're gonna get offered a lot of shit. You got to say yes, okay?
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't like the food, just pretend, okay?
No, so far they've all liked the food, and it's funny because like we always have to make weight. Most sometimes he makes us make weight on Monday, so when we leave the on Friday or Saturday on the weekend, you know, we come back and we're like, oh no, we gotta come back Sunday and work out, make sure we're on weight by Monday morning. It's like, oh no, we gotta
And
watch.
you and Alex now are drill partners, right?
Yes, we are.
Oh, so you guys are probably real tight.
Yeah, I actually she's my favorite girl partner that I've had so far. Like I did have my high school one, but like Alex has had like a lot of experience and she has a lot of technique. So even though she's hurt, she tries to like explain to me how I should do things and when I should, you know. So it's like a timing thing, you know, and like a thing that you can see eventually.
And it's great to have someone like that in your corner, right?
Yeah, it was when I wrestled her, I was like, oh my god, like this girl has been wrestling for a while. She has a lot of technique. I was just like, oh, like how am I gonna do this? But the fact that she was hurt, I think it wasn't like fair for her when we did our wrestle loss because I know that she would have like probably beat me up.
Yeah, that's okay. Now she's able to rest, but I bet she loves coaching you and getting you better. And
Yes,
uh,
she helps me out
because
a lot.
eventually maybe you guys can split weights or whatever. And now you make the team better, right?
Yeah, she always gives me like extra tips. Like if I don't understand something, she's always like, "You need to do it like this," or like, "Okay, if you can't do it like that, then do it this way."
Yeah, I mean she's got a mat room at home. I mean she was telling me all about it. So it sounds like she's very passionate and been doing it a long time. And
Yeah, she
uh,
really is.
all the girls I've spoke to so far have been just amazing. Uh, Coach is doing a great job at building that program, huh?
Yeah, honestly, coach is a wonderful person. Like I don't know, he's always passionate about the sport. And like he told us that he had like many job offers, you know, but he chose this one. Like I'm like, and for girls, like the girls head coach. I'm like,
I was talking to a boys coach the other day, and he told me he's thinking about being a girls coach. Now he's coached girls because he's had girls and boys together, uh,
mhm.
but he was like, "There's something about coaching girls, man. They listen better, they get better quicker. They like I don't know, their passion is different. Not that not that boys are, but come on, let's be real. Like girls run the world, right?"
Definitely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was telling me, he's like, man, whenever I get a girl in the room, it just seems like she gets better quicker. She understands things. She listens. It's just a different mentality, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know because sometimes we do wrestle with the boys, and they take their time. Like when they warm up and stuff, it's like we don't get warm up enough because of them. Like they just call out stuff, and they just like they just don't. I don't understand why, but oh.
Yeah,
Um,
get better doing that stuff, right?
mhm. But I mean, if the guy wants to do like wrestle the girl, I mean, be a wrestling coach for the girls, and that'd be magnificent. Because I mean, coach, he's had a lot of things to go through. So, and the fact that he stuck with us, I was amazed. I was like, dang, kudos to this guy because he actually cares. Like you can tell he's so passionate about the sport and us.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I was happy that that he reached out. That he tell him to send more girls. I got a whole nother week next week. Send more girls. Tell Coach Tim to send me some boys too. And
But Coach Tim definitely has some really good boys.
I'm about it. I like it. Hey, so you ready for the 10 questions?
Sure.
All right. Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Captain Crunch?
Cinnamon toast.
Not only for breakfast, but it makes a great dessert or snack.
Definitely.
Um, what about leg lace or gut wrench?
Ooh, I'd say leg lace.
You like peanut butter cups or Snickers?
Snickers.
See, I like them both, but if the peanut butter cup is coming out of the freezer, I'm down.
Oh, yeah. I'm not okay. I like peanut butter, but like I'm not much of a fan.
That's all right. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter myself, but when it meets chocolate, it makes it better. You like a single leg or double leg?
Single. Yeah, single.
So you go iced or hot?
Wait, could you repeat that one?
You go iced coffee or hot coffee?
I don't really like coffee in general,
How did
but
that happen? You guys are born with like coffee in your veins.
yeah, but I guess I'm different.
Like my wife, every morning she's got the Spanish crackers out. She's got the coffee, got the cheese.
It used to be like that because we got this sweet bread that we call like pan dulce,
Yeah.
and my mom would always be giving us a cup of coffee with it. But that's the only time I'd drink coffee, but not anymore. For some reason, I'm a milk person. Like if I have cookies, I'll go with milk.
Nice. Oh, pan dulce. That's got to be good with a little bit of butter, toasted hot.
Yeah.
So
I like.
you go regular.
I prefer hot chocolate though. Hot chocolate hits it. Hit like
Bam. I was gonna say, you go regular milk or chocolate milk.
no hot chocolate. Hot chocolate hits the spot.
Bam. All right. So I know you're little and fast. So do you go ankle pick or high crotch?
High crotch.
High crotch.
Yeah, I'm not really good at ankle pick, so I'm still trying to learn that. Like, how am I supposed to do it?
Yeah, that's okay. You're getting there. What about peach pie or apple pie?
Peach pie.
Now, do you go growing up in Georgia? Did you go to like the orchards and stuff?
Actually, no, because I guess we're Hispanics. We don't really do that stuff. But but I do love peaches. Like I just love peaches.
Yeah, I found. Well, that doesn't mean you can't do it now. Like
Oh yeah, definitely.
young Hispanic kids sometimes get their wings and get to find out the world that's out there, right?
Mhm.
I remember my wife. I mean, I'm 44 and she's 43, but I met her at 20, and she was a home like that. And then I remember going out and about, and she's like, "Damn, this tastes good." And I thought that was the only thing that like there was different things
Yeah.
like that, and she's like,
Some of my friends were always telling me, "Hey, you want to go somewhere? Like, let's go." And I'm like, that kind of seems okay. Let's go. And then I eat, and I'm like, "Oh, this is good."
"That's awesome." You get down with them grits when she's cooking them?
Hmm?
You get down with them grits when your friend is cooking them?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going lemonade or fruit punch?
Lemonade.
All right.
Yeah.
Suplex or headlock?
Oh, I'd say headlock because honestly, I haven't really learned how to suplex because like we can't really do it on someone on our teammates because you don't want to get them hurt. So
Yeah,
I
teammate. Yeah.
so we do headlocks. We mainly do headlocks.
What-
I mainly do headlocks actually. I don't know about everybody else.
All right. What was I was gonna say? Oh, arroz con gandules or arroz con frijoles?
Arroz con frijoles.
Nice. I know some people go gandules, some people go frijoles. Bam. So what nationality are you? Like I know you're, huh?
Salvadorian. I'm
Salvadorian.
from El
Cool.
Salvador. Yeah.
Nice. Uh,
Hmm.
I like all things Latin. I grew up in South Florida, so
Yeah, you get a mix of everything.
right in the heart of it all, and it was fun, man. Well, man, this has been really cool. I
Yeah.
can't wait to speak to another Lady Baron tomorrow. Are you still nervous talking to me?
Not as much anymore. I'm like,
We cool now,
yeah.
right? We cool. Awesome. Hey, well, man, God bless you. Congratulations to you. Keep kicking life's ass, man. It's awesome, and you know, kudos to you for what you've done so far in life, and keep grinding, man. And it's great. You got good people in your corner, good teammates, good coaches, and you know, don't stop the grind, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I told your girls I'm trying to get up. Um, Coach Sword at Life U told me that January 22nd there's like a three teams, Cumberland, Brewton, Parker, and her up at Life. So I may try to get up there for that. So if I do, I'll see you.
All right. Thank you. It was
All
nice
right,
meeting
please take it easy.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.